Welcome to the Christmas special of the Waffle Shop podcast. Today, I'm joined by one of my favorite bands. He's back for round two. Al's here for the first time. It's the Hoosiers. Welcome to the Waffle
Woo!
Shop.
I
Is
feel
it?
like
We
in
got.
lieu of any studio applause, we should do it ourselves.
Yes,
That's
rightly
you,
I've got one
so.
question. I've got. I've got one question. Are we visual on this, or people can see this, or is it just pure? Is
It
it
will be pure just audio.
audio?
I mean, I'll put out like a
Okay.
little bit on social media, but other than that, I haven't got hours to do the video editing and all that.
Mhm.
No. Understand. I just wanted to know because I just want to pull the right faces. If I'm relaxed now, I can put my face.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just
Well,
I'll
important.
do,
now
I'll
it
do
doesn't
an
matter
audio
because
description.
everyone's just listening. It doesn't matter the fact that you're naked. We're obviously finding that quite off-putting,
Yeah.
but we'll try and get through
Exactly.
it.
I mean, it is very cold, so fair play.
Yeah.
What are you
Fair play.
saying?
Must be freezing there.
It's warming.
No.
I've got my heat on. I'm at 23 degrees here.
All right, big time.
Oh no, someone's doing all right.
Mate,
Yeah.
I've seen what's coming in our PRS check. I know Al can't afford me running his place at 22 degrees. That'll never last.
That is the new currency, isn't it? People don't talk about how much they earn; they talk about how hot their house is. That's it.
It's
Real
honestly
showboat.
How full their
Hey
tank
Taylor,
of
what are you
petrol
rocking
is.
over there at Waffle Shop HQ? What you got it on?
I have a blanket on.
I'll be honest, your
Tough
blanket looks a
time.
lot like a towel, and that says a lot.
I promise
how
you, it's
tough
not
times are.
towel.
You've
Hope it's
got
not a
no
towel.
heating and you've got a towel. I'm here naked, 23 degrees. Rock star.
Unreal.
This is exactly what I expected from this. You guys
What
are
is
not
that?
disappointing. Literally
Well,
2
I'm just
minutes in.
I'm wearing all of my clothes. That's where I'm going because
And
you
the
obviously
yellow.
you write all the Hoosiers songs, Al. Everyone knows that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's
So
it.
it's your fault. You got a lot of answering, lot to answer
Do you need
for.
to borrow some more heat?
Oh,
Yeah.
if you've got some spare, fire it over.
Can you
I'll
do
pack
that?
some heat and send it to you.
We don't post it. It'll never get here in time now.
Oh no, well, the strikes, isn't there?
I haven't had a letter.
Not for me.
Imagine there's
Not
a
for me.
lot.
Waiting. I've got my own postman.
Oh,
What?
are you in the same band?
This is unreal. I've
No,
learned
honestly, I
so
don't.
much already from today's waffle pod.
Wow, you think you know someone?
Yeah, I know. So yeah, that's great. Well, I'm happy for you, Al. You
Yeah,
deserve
good.
to be hot.
You're gonna get a load of abuse now from people.
Yeah.
No, it's not a visual show, but it's off-putting. I've shaved for the first time in ages, properly, like quite bald in my face. I did it.
Did you
if
do
this
that
is of interest to you.
Did you do that yourself, or did
I
Does he
did
have
it
a
myself.
man?
did
Does he have
someone come
someone
in?
for it?
Well, actually, funnily enough, that takes me on to the little anecdote I was going to tell. Because do you know that kids have Elf on the Shelf? You know Elf on the Shelf.
Yeah.
The Elf on the I was never going to embrace that, but I've got two kids, and every kid does it now. So you have these little elves, and you're meant to every night you put them in a new pose, or they've done something naughty over the night, and the kids wake up and they're like, "What did they do? What did they do?" So the other night we took it to an extreme, and we put the elves with the razor, my razor in its hand, and I shaved across my face like that, so I had like a bald spot across my beard. And honestly, the joy that my son got from seeing an elf having shaved me while I was asleep is probably the most pure laughter and joy I've had.
That's
That's
what
beautiful.
Christmas is about.
It was good,
Yeah,
wasn't
that's
it? There you
lovely.
go.
I tried doing a similar one where I laid a stool in my daughter's slipper and left a little elf by it. She didn't find it very funny,
Nice.
actually. And I have to buy a
You
new
know
slipper.
before she put the slipper on.
No, we don't do Elf on the Shelf. We're above that here, actually.
Yeah, it's right.
To be fair,
It's-
I start each one of my shows with something called the Weekly Waffle, which is something that winds me up. And to be fair, it was going to be Elf on the Shelf because you see them, some of them are quite wholesome, and some of them are like, I like them when like they've cut like the kids' pajamas and stuff, and the kids react. But so I'm gonna have to switch it up now because I feel like that shat all over that,
Yeah.
like Owen's daughter's slipper.
Nice,
So,
literally.
No,
my
you know
next
what?
one was going to be Secret Santa. How awkward
Oh,
are Secret Santas?
Yeah. Well, I
yeah.
drew a turd in a slipper and sent it to Erwin, and that was my secret Santa.
That's probably where I got the idea from.
That would have been it.
Honestly, I'm never taking my shoes off around you two.
Yeah. When you come in shoes off, nah, I'm falling for that one. I know what'll happen.
But what's your issue with Secret Santa?
I think it's just opening presents in front of people. Like they made us do it at
Ah.
work the other day, and like I had to open the present in front of everyone. And then I had to guess who bought me the gift. So it was just very uncomfortable because the gift they got me was an AI written poem, some salami, and an orange. And
It's the thing, it's just a waste of stuff, isn't it? It's sort of, I mean, are you going to eat that salami? Or are you going to, that's a
probably not.
re-gift, isn't it?
Probably,
Straight
I'm
there.
re-gift straight away.
Yeah.
I ate the orange,
Re-gift
but the
the
poem I
salami.
didn't know what to do with it.
Yeah. The orange
That
is
is-
fine. But no,
Yeah.
I'm with you. I'm with you. And it reminds me, because this is another trouble, my slight problem to come across slightly grinchy. But as I got just got an email today, and it was a Christmas email from my car insurance provider.
Oh, how
I
thoughtful.
don't want that. I'm not going to read that. How thoughtful. Well, that's nice, isn't it? Isn't it, Taylor? That brings a tear to that. It's so sweet to know they have such a kind,
spirit.
benevolent heart at this time of year. The only Christmas, unless you're giving me money off, like, here's your Christmas present. You don't have to pay for December. Go have as many crashes as you like. Other than that.
Was it Ensley bells?
Good effort.
Yeah.
Good effort. Terrible execution.
Daredevil execution. Yeah, I write them, Erwin
Speaking-
delivers them. That's how we work as a band.
Like your postman.
Anything that winds you up about Christmas, Al?
Anything that winds me up about Christmas?
Yeah.
I mean, the whole thing's a bit. I like it. I really like it, but it's starting too early. I know that's an obvious one to say. No, when the thing is, it changes once you've got kids because everything's in a slightly different light. You see everything a bit differently. So, but yeah, I do get more curmudgeonly with the presents because I just feel like people buy you stuff. I get, and on Christmas Day from like uncles, not uncles, my brother-in-law will buy me a bar of chocolate, and you're like, yeah. And then I find myself putting a value on what I bought. One year I bought him. Me and Hannah bought him like a new sort of like iPod sort of thing, like a music player, Bluetooth thing. And he bought me a chocolate bar, personalised. It had my name on it, big bar of chocolate. And I was like, fucking hell, I've been done by like the tune of like.
Should ask, can we swear?
Oh, absolutely.
Is that kind of show
Absolutely.
great?
Of course we can.
Perfect. There you go, Al.
I thought there was a swears already, actually. Oh, you did a little swear earlier. That's what led me into that. You did.
Stool.
Rewind it.
Rewind it. Rewind it. We'll wait.
Very polite poo.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I like Christmas. I really like Christmas. But yeah, it's intense, and the family thing gets intense. Let's not get too deep, but yeah.
Yeah.
But also, just on that though, Al, I'm going to chime and say, it's that slight thing. Like when I find out someone's bought me a present, and I'll be honest, I mean family members here as well, because then I'm like, oh, I've got to buy you something, and then it goes round and round, and it's like, I want to know what you bought me because I probably don't need it or want it, and then it's like, but it's just, it starts to get a little bit like
When does it end?
almost like a capitalist holiday, isn't it? Yeah.
I have got to that point where just the wastefulness of it feels a bit like not to be, I will be a little bit pro the planet, and it just feels like there's a lot of money spent for nothing, a lot of waste, a lot of presents that I throw
It's
away.
true though, isn't it? Not to get all like thing, but like people actually can't afford to put their heating on, but we still find thousands and thousands of pounds to spend on gifts for everyone else.
Yeah.
Bizarre.
That's really true.
I don't want to know what my postman's going to charge me for all the deliveries I sent. My personal postman, so.
Your personal one, but even that, you're right. Meanwhile, people are actually like striking to try and get a fair pay, whilst we're all just opening endless salamis. Christmas.
Yeah,
It's a Christmas salami. I mean, it's not really Christmas without it, to
It's
be
the
honest.
first thing you think
Yeah,
of
but the-
for Christmas, isn't it?
Sorry, the economics of this are important because we need to keep money we need to spend this money. We need to keep the money going, surely, to be, Rishi Sunak would promote this. We have to keep
Trickle
money
down,
going.
Al. Is that what you're suggesting?
True.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I don't really know. I've bitten off more than I can chew on this.
Yeah, the premise of this podcast has gone very political. So,
I think you're about to solve Britain.
vote
Yeah,
out.
eventually, but
Yeah.
not today. Not today. Not in the
Not
waffle
today.
shop.
Not today. I'm not getting the blame for this when it all goes on. To be fair, there's one thing I do need to bring up before we launch into the proper waffle. Oh, and the first time you were on the show, I asked one of those questions that you guys have no doubt been asked over and over again. And I feel like I need to redeem myself today because your response was, if you had started the interview like that, I would have ended it. And that was when I asked if you were still worried about Ray. So I'm going to take this chance to apologize.
It's fine. It's our fault for calling a song that we were asking for trouble. And obviously I was just being like flippant and insouciant with you. But I've never knowingly ended an interview, to be honest. I'll just keep going. So it'll be you. You'll have to pull the plug on this one, big guy.
So yeah, I'm sorry for that. But speaking of worried about Ray, and obviously the anthems that you guys have created, like this has been quite a big year. Like you're everywhere at the moment.
But
Surely, and to be fair,
thanks.
let's start with Glastonbury. How good was it to be back? I mean, next year is the first year that I'm going, so I'm hopefully that you guys will be there again. But how was it?
It's Big Elton, isn't it, this year? Didn't they announce that? Elton John's
Yes.
playing.
Yeah.
It's
Very excited.
amazing. I honestly, Glastonbury was brilliant. And it has been a big couple of years, really, transitionally for us, moving from where we were. We've got new management, we've done a new album, and that's kicked us on a little bit in terms of getting interest from labels and it's picked up our level of gigging, and to play Glastonbury was wicked. And I don't think when it comes in you go, oh yeah, Glastonbury's done that, but then when you start telling people that you're doing it first and foremost, the reaction just reminds you of what that means, and you put it in context. It's just so big for a band. Yeah, so it was a joy, and then
imagine it's quite a dream for people though, isn't it? Because it's like it is the most famous festival in the world. So to be a part of that must be a massive kind of compliment and kind of props to you guys for being, you've still got it. Not that it ever went away, but like
yeah. Well, honestly, Taylor, I think for the last 7-8 years out, it kind of feels like we've just been expecting that this is what happens to a band in our position. That we haven't released an album since 2015 of original works. We had a little greatest hit album we released a few years ago, but it just sort of felt like, okay, law of diminishing returns, and we're just, glad to still be here and be able to play in front of people. And honestly, I think a real catalyst was, and it was a positive that came out of a very negative time of lockdown and COVID. And I think it affected a lot of bands similarly, that if you could survive, then it gave you kind of a new spring in your step, because you realized how fortunate you are to have this opportunity to play in front of people. Because obviously for so many people, including musicians, during lockdown, that opportunity is taken away from you, and you realize you're about to potentially lose something that you've sort of taken for granted, but it's always there and it's always on offer. And so for me and Al, there was this newfound joy. And honestly, even last time when I spoke to you, having just made my doom folk solo album of melancholy, songs of sorrow, there was this new sense that the timing was just, it was sort of serendipitous, really, that myself and I was like, right, let's make a Hoosiers record. What do we do? And it was chats with the former bass player of Bros from the 80s, who signed us to Sony RCA originally, Mr. Craig Logan. And he was like, well, I think you guys need to make another record. Why don't you kind of get back to what you do? And it was an interesting question that made me now think, what do? we kind of, for the first time in our career, it's like really embracing more than ever, like what the Hoosiers are, what we're about. And it is making positively uplifting, empowering songs that, you know, are sort of 3.5 minutes of effervescent life affirmation. And we're like, great, okay, let's do it. We made an album in 3 months, and that's never happened. And it's good. And we still haven't released it. I mean, that's to
Well,
answer
this is
what's
going to be my
coming
next
year.
question. I was just like, so is this next year's kind of gearing up to be another big one then?
The biggest, I think this year's all been transitioned into this year, the 2023, and I think the album will come out hopefully sort of mid-year. Some singles, we don't know the exact dates, but it will be next year. We're pretty certain of that now. But so it will be a big year. I think the next few years are going to be big for us, and we're already writing another one. So it's sort of strike while the iron's hot, isn't it? Yeah, and I'll echo what Erwin said. It's the buzz. You've got to catch the wave, and we really felt it, that vibe, and writing music that sort of makes people smile and is what I think we do well.
Definitely.
And I think we've done that again this time. So
and to then get that opportunity, you kind of notice some people hear it and some of the new stuff, and that I think really helped us. Also with our with Jamie Wade, who's booked us in and got us the headline slot at Avalon. And these are kind of the unsung industry heroes, really, is our management. And, these are the people that make it happen. It's not just, it feels like very little to do with myself and Al. We got to focus on the music bit and fall in love with each other. Right, Al? Right?
Beautiful.
Right, Al? Yeah, good. He's nodding, everyone. And as well as, with music, and just to do that again, and then have a team around us who, to get us that headline slot on the Avalon stage. It was great. I just felt sorry for poor little Sir Paul McCartney, who had the unfortunate pleasure of going head to head with us at the same stage time.
I didn't hear.
So I can't imagine there were many people to see him.
A lot of people complained about that set. I don't know if you heard, but
really? I did it.
We were playing, we were doing our own thing, but he's just got. I think it maybe his song selection was a bit odd for some people, but he's got so many good songs,
can't he?
Absolutely, he's earned that right.
Yeah,
and the musicianship
I was a bit gutted not to see him.
Me too.
To be fair, I can see it on your faces when you're talking about I can feel the excitement, to be fair, with going into next year. And obviously I need to say, because obviously you have soundtracked those those points, especially for me personally, like I was saying to you when we recorded last time, even one of my best songs to listen to in the gym is Choices. And it's those moments and those songs that you do. It's an instant good mood. With Glastonbury, and obviously you had the show it was Heaven, wasn't it, that you played recently?
That's right, yeah.
Do you still get that buzz stepping out on stage and hearing people sing those songs back?
I've got to say that this Heaven show we've just done, we overreached, if I'm honest, because we put a lot into it, and it's something, again, Al and I find just so fascinating. We never wanted to just be a group of people on stage playing their instruments, heads down. We want to make it that a real celebration and have the idea behind the music come to life. And we were fortunate enough to have the Neptune's Choir, which is in this instance a 25-piece choir, join us. We kind of pushed to have all these commission these animations, so they were kind of projected onto this wall behind us. We had a huge balloon drop at certain points. That's some of it even surprises us. It was brass, and we just had we had a guest vocalist from a lot of the stuff we're even doing on. We've really embraced, I guess, that whole sort of TikTok side of things. That's been kind of interesting, and in terms of even discovering newer artists. So we were able to have some collaborations mid-set it's just new territory for us. And then to see both the old songs that people knew, singing them back to you in a, dare I say, sold out Heaven venue. Sure, that was amazing. And then we were able to play the new stuff, and just to see that kind of reaction with songs they're hearing for the first time. Feel very, very fortunate. And maybe it's a midlife crisis, but I don't care.
They're all
I don't care. I'm just loving it, and we've never been happier to be on stage.
You had that about 4 years ago. You're way beyond midlife crisis.
Yeah, it's a really long one, drawn out one.
He's like,
Moves around.
then when people say they're hanging on to their youth, Owen's hanging on to his midlife crisis.
Have you
You're
grown
hanging
a
on to my
mullet?
coattails, mate.
Is this a mullet situation we've got going on now?
That's a great segue from midlife crisis. 100% great segue.
It's all in the hair.
Point, why don't we? Well, its context was damning enough. Don't need to say anything other than that, do you, Taylor? Wow. Ouch.
Sorry. I'm poorly. I'm just firing shots left, right, and centre at the moment.
A low blow.
Sorry. Is there anything? So obviously you've mentioned that you've played the few new songs. And I'm going to throw this one at you. What can we expect from the new Hoosiers record? Can you tell us anything?
Well, yeah, of course. We'll tell it. I mean, up to me, I'll tell you everything. We'd start playing it now.
Singing like a canary.
But, yeah, it's. Well, I think we sort of alluded to this earlier. It's a. Yeah, we've gone back to what the magic we thought was the magic in the first album. The free and in defense of ourselves, when you go to album 2 and 3 and 4, you try and move away from what you did. Well, we tried to move away from what we did originally, just to keep ourselves interested and to try new things, because we're creative people and you want to develop your career and but then with the benefit of hindsight, we went back to what we really enjoyed in the first time. So, and what other people, not in a cynical way, just to write something exciting, and I think we've tuned into that, and you hear that in the album. For me, it feels colourful, it feels big and vibrant, exciting, the album. And we played a few songs at Heaven. There's one called Confidence and one called Hello Sunshine. That's like just big, colourful, upbeat tunes that will stick in your ears. And
to be fair, though, that's what, when I think of you guys, that's what I remember. That's what I think of, and that's what I kind of know of you guys. Like, whether it's like the music videos, the album covers, I mean, even the live shows. Like, you are just, like I said it before, but like instant good moods. And I think, to be fair, it's safe to say that's exactly what everyone needs right now. Is a punch of positivity.
Bunch of positivity, absolutely. And yeah, that's just, we're lucky that I feel fortunate that we can write that sort of music and get away with it. A lot of bands wouldn't want to do it or couldn't do it, and it is being honest with ourselves and writing stuff that we love, really, first and foremost, and it's come out well. And we picked the right people to work with. We went back to Sam Miller, who helped on our first album. He mixed in the first album and was engineering our first album. We got him to produce this one, and that formula worked. And having Leighton and Paul, our bass player and keyboard player, be involved in the writing and production of this one.
Well, not so much the writing. Let's not be caught on record there. And even the studio we went to again, we were very fortunate to use Angelic Studios, which is that was built by our late great producer, the man who developed us from before the first album through to the second album, which was Toby Smith, who was one of the original founding members of Jamiroquai, who's sadly no longer with us, but we are very grateful that his wife, his widow, who runs the studio, was able to get us in there. And so to be back at that studio, working with Sam again as well, it felt, and create this music that it feels like the least cynical thing you could do creatively as well, in terms of just our expectations. We're making it. I mean, to be honest, we the only way we could make it was off a bounce back loan. And so it's all kind of, we're hoping we make our money back so we can make another one, but you never know. It was just something we sort of had to do, I suppose. But no, that was.
Imagine, is this like a bit of a full circle moment then? I mean, hearing what you just said, like, that's to go from like how it started to now, to go back to that, to then be in this position again, to be making like the No Doubt like anthems that are going to soundtrack a whole new generation. It's like this is very exciting.
That'd be nice. I've got to say, we were bowled over by playing Heaven. You noticed we were surprised because there's so many younger people there, that I think what happened, just the way music has moved, there's a theory that that we've kind of come up with, that maybe because since everything's moved over to streaming, we were sort of one of the last benefactors of the industry model that meant people had to invest actual money and buy a record. And because you're doing that, you're then invested in it. You want to like it, even if you only heard one or two songs. And so people tend to play a record to death. And we were fortunate enough to kind of just be at that time, perhaps one of the last bands before the model shifted. And now more people listening to more music than ever before. But there's 100,000 tracks being uploaded to Spotify daily. And so it's hard to stand out with all that. We were fortunate people would buy the record. And now we're getting kids come up to us and we're like their earliest memory. We're like, you know, they were 5 years old and an older sibling brought back the record and forced them to listen to it. I don't even think they've got a choice in it. They're there, you know, literally because it's sort of in their DNA. It's osmosis, you know. And I'm not going to question that as long as they're buying a ticket.
Not. How do you guys feel about this whole TikTok generation when it comes to music? So obviously you see it now where like you've got some of these incredible songs, but they're being re-released, like one with like a high pitch, and there's another one that's like slowed right down. Like, are you gonna like? Can we expect like some trend in Hoosiers sounds? Like, how do you feel about that?
I think there's no doubt we'll probably try and embrace some of those things because you just have to.
But not in our actual song, the making of our songs, though.
Yeah.
Right, Al?
No. But in the you know, when you go, who knows what we'll try and do and mess around with TikTok. We'll embrace the new platforms, but yeah, I'm a bit. It just looks so difficult to be a new artist. It's one thing; it's really easy to get out there, but all I see on TikTok is, you know, people, singer-songwriters doing covers and with amazing voices, and it exposes how many brilliant talented people there are. But it also undermines the level of work you need to put into to create new material and be a band and to find your feet as a band. TikTok just makes it a bit too easy, but then also it's
too instant,
a bit,
isn't there? Like, is that kind of quick?
And I just worry that we're going to miss out on the brilliant bands and it took, you know, it took us 10, 15 years of writing and gigging around and doing shit gigs in shit pubs to find ourselves and find our feet and write the right thing. Whereas now it's 15-year-old just can do that, go online and have something up there and play it in front of 1 million people within 5 minutes. And you think, I don't know. Maybe I sound like a granddad. I find myself.
I completely agree.
It's sort of like they're both imperfect models, right? Because there's, back in the day, the arbiters, the gatekeepers that would allow you to release music. Getting to them was so hard. And again, they're not to say they always made the right calls, and just because a song was released meant it was good, but it had to go through quite a lot of quality control, and the process is A&Ring to get A&R'd. Whereas now it's like, you want to write a song, you write, put it up. It's up. You know, you can do it all from your laptop, and that's great. But also, Pandora's box. I don't know. I'm saying it's great, but in a tone of jest, I don't really. It is great.
And there's things that I find sad. Like we're gonna probably have another Christmas #1 by Lad Baby. Probably, I think they're re-releasing it, which they do it all for charity.
Lad Baby, though, Al, come on, don't be knocking Lad Baby. I'm not going to stand for that.
Sorry, I know.
I can't work out if that's sarcasm.
Good. I'll just leave. I know. Let's be ambiguous. You know.
I have an issue with those kind of Christmas #1s.
Yeah, what's your issue?
I would rather hear like a big Christmas song, not like one that's just going to go viral on social media.
Like it's the equivalent of getting a Secret Santa salami, isn't it?
No, it is.
Really?
It's like no one asked for it.
Novelty.
Yeah, that's the one.
You know,
yeah,
it's disposable. It's not like,
and it's like some of these people have got like now more #1s than some of the greatest UK musicians, bands, singer-songwriters.
It's whenever someone breaks a Beatles record, and I'm like, but who are you?
Yeah.
And you know, you've done that because you've got.
He's singing out sausage rolls. That's what I should have started with. That's annoyed me now. That'll be next. That'll be
I can
next.
tell.
It's
That'll
annoyed
be
me
next
as well because you asked me what I didn't like about Christmas. I should have said what's happened to the Christmas #1, and I
Yeah, because that was a big
that is
thing.
Yeah.
Remember, like watching
Yeah.
Top of the Pops, like at Christmas, find out what the Christmas #1 like was. That was a big thing in my house.
Do you know, Taylor,
Okay.
we were the very last Top of the Pops Christmas special. We played
Al,
that.
how dare you make this all about us?
It is. Oh, sorry.
I know we were slagging off Lad Baby Al.
Yeah, stay on target.
Sorry,
Taylor, look, you're a young.
That's why I invited you on.
Yeah, oh yeah, really bad at
Oh
this.
no!
This whole self-promotion thing.
Wait, what
What?
happened then? Oh, I thought my thing popped up then saying I'd been signed out. Still here.
Oh, you're still here. You're still
Still here.
receiving you loud and clear.
Panicked
But
me
look,
then.
on the #1 issue, look, Taylor, you're a young buck, and I'm thinking this might just be, let me draw it back to midlife, but I can't name a #1 this year, probably in the last 5 years. I'll be honest, probably since we were in the charts. But my point is, I feel, I don't know, is it me or is music more disposable than ever? And in the last like 5 to 10 years,
Completely.
even it being #1, it feels like the charts are relevant. But I'm also aware I'm saying that as someone who isn't in the charts. So that's, you know, I would find them irrelevant because they found me irrelevant.
Well, I
No,
know
but-
what
no,
I'd
but-
rather listen to.
Huh?
So I know what I'd rather listen to. So
Bad
Oh
baby.
man.
Lad Baby
Yeah.
singing about sausage
Is
rolls
that right?
with Ed
Yeah.
Sheeran and Elton John.
Great
What
guess.
better? But I mean, if that doesn't scream Christmas more than a salami and an orange,
What do you think of this, Taylor? Because I think me and Owen have always been really careful, like gentle. We've got our views and frustrations with certain things, the Ed Sheeran's as well, but we always try and be like not too upfront with our disapprovals. But maybe next year we just go all out, just go really vicious.
Really nasty. Really
Yeah.
nasty.
well, you've had the
Yeah,
positive
let's try
Hoosiers.
it.
This is the
Yeah.
real Hoosiers. It's
We
the
get that all out of the
nitty-gritty.
way in the songs. There's
Yeah.
none left by the time
We
we.
just be really
This is
mean and
this
angry, like,
is the real trick of life.
Oh yeah, being really mean.
Yeah, being
Horrible.
just Grinches all year
Knives
round.
out. Yeah. Oh.
No, I don't know. I don't know if it can. What good can come of it? But there's. I think nostalgia's. I've lost the #1s and the Christmas #1s and on charts and that. It is pretty much dead now, isn't it? When you got
Tell us,
streaming,
Taylor. Do you know? Can you name like #1s this year?
The last Christmas #1 that I remember.
No, not just Christmas, even, but just like
Um,
#1s in general. You know. Is it me or is it all meaningless now?
Yeah, I probably would say the big ones. It would probably be some Harry Styles song. It probably would have been Ed Sheeran.
But you don't know,
But I
right?
don't. I couldn't
like
tell
go,
you.
Yeah. Yeah.
See, I'm an
it's a good
album
shout. Harry
person.
Styles must have been #1 at some point. Probably Taylor
Cool.
Swift. I remember reading she was numbers 1
Oh
to
yeah,
18
10
or
something,
whatever, right?
Yeah.
So that's the thing, though. It's like you release a big album and it does really well because you're a streaming like monolith, like Taylor, and that's it. You've just like booked up the top 20. You are the top 20, and so it's sort of like what is this anymore?
It's
Which is
so
great,
weird.
whatever, you know, good for her. But just in terms of the charts and it being a #1
I think
single,
they could not being too maths or stats about this. I think somebody could think of a way to make these, charts more exciting again. It could be like, I don't know.
Should we start our own chart show?
Yeah,
like Celebrity
you get to #1
Deathmatch.
by
Yes.
percentage of increase.
No, the only way you can actually get to #1 is by fighting.
By
Who
killing
comes out?
number
Yeah,
2.
you see who comes out on top.
Yeah. Okay, I'm in.
Yeah.
Rumble.
Oh, Al's
That's
hard
really-
as nails. So, go on, Al. I mean, it would be the wrestling tag team that the world didn't know they
Yeah, man.
needed.
Yeah,
Learning
I've been
so
pulling
much on
hair, gouging eyes, everything, all for the
Fair
#1
play.
spot.
Dirty fighter.
Yeah, oh, big time.
Yeah.
These secret weapons of shoes filled with things.
He's not afraid to use them.
How are you guys, to bring it back to obviously the Christmas theme? How are you looking forward to Christmas? Like have you got all your shopping done? Like, are you ready?
Owen, go on.
No, not in any way, shape, or form. In fact, I should be like doing stuff like that, but I'm not. I'm here talking to you, Taylor, and that's because you take priority over my family
Oh,
at
mate,
Christmas.
thank you. I
You're
mean,
welcome.
that means a lot. So
It was meant to.
I this just cements the fact that you guys are my favorites.
Hey,
I mean, more so
and
Erwin now because of what you just said. So Al, if you wanna back that
Well,
up in any way,
you
shape,
could
or
say
form.
I'm number one. I like that. How about you, Taylor? You done your stuff?
No, I haven't
Your-
bought one present.
No, no, same.
And then
You got the
someone
salami.
oh, the salami.
Oh yeah,
Yeah. If you kindly
the
send me
sausage
your
lover in your
address,
life.
you'll get. Oh, don't.
I'm
Really.
I'm all over it. My Christmas is done, but my
Taylor
wife's pretty good
salami.
at that. Yeah, that too.
Your private postman will be delivered.
Yeah. Who sends
Don't
up?
worry about it.
Don't. I'm
Here
still
it
quite
is.
triggered about it.
Yeah.
I just don't see how someone would look at salami and be like, that makes the perfect Christmas
Taylor's
gift.
gonna love this.
Taylor's gonna love that. And then awkward enough, I
Yeah.
had to then guess who bought me a salami.
Did you
So-
get so going back to that story? Did you get it right?
No,
Did you know who it was?
I got it wrong. It took me
Oh.
3 attempts.
All right.
The guy who bought it had a brilliant poker face.
What did you get for your Secret Santa?
So I thought there was a lady in the office who swears too much and has a dachshund. So I bought her a swear jar and a dachshund sticky notes, which I thought was quite thoughtful. I don't know why he
Yeah.
looked at me and thought I would like a salami.
I like.
but
Well, no, I
thanks.
like the fact the swear jar is what you've done. Really, is like a passive aggressive. You
Yeah.
swear too much. Here's a jar to
And I'm
punish
sick of you
yourself.
bringing your dog in the office.
Yeah, yeah.
So this is what we're allowed.
But isn't it terrible? This is the thing you get distilled into like a little, some little present like that. Swears a lot as a dog. There you go. That's that person.
Merry Christmas.
Yeah, that's you in a nutshell.
To be fair, okay. Speaking of Christmas, then I thought it'd be fun to play a little Christmas game with you guys. Also, I need to say before we jump into this, the TikTok that I feel like you guys are brilliant at, or even on Instagram, are your live show reveals. They're a favorite of mine.
Are they good?
Thanks.
Yeah, I really enjoy them. The tattoo one hooked me, so I was like, oh, I wonder what he's got. And then yeah,
Yeah.
I
I'm
thoroughly
glad you
enjoyed
said
that.
it because I felt a bit mean. I been a bit cruel because it's like, oh, what's it going to be? And we're just trying, and we drag it out. And you watch, if anyone hasn't seen them, can't imagine there's many, but yeah, we drag it out, and you're like, well, follow us here, and you blah blah blah. And at the end, we just try and sell you tickets to our next show. It's a
It's a
lose
perfect
lose.
sales pitch.
Well, I mean, thanks for noticing though, because let's face it, we're not here to just make friends. We are trying to do something. Fans got a week,
we've all got private postmen and eating.
I've got to try I've got to try and earn the money so that Al can keep his heating on, and just
I mean,
not
you're
just
clearly
on,
doing
but
a very
really
good
high.
job. You're doing a very good job.
Big
Fair
time.
play.
I might put it
Oh,
up to
thanks.
24.
Whoa.
Such
Take
a
Trying to
star.
beat the
Take another
sweat.
layer.
Yeah,
Oh,
you
okie
tease.
doke. Wow. I thought, okay, so if we do
Oh yeah, okay.
one each, okay, so Al, I'll start with you. It's going to be a quick fire Christmas quiz, but you cannot give me the right answer.
Okay.
Because that's what everyone loves at Christmas, isn't it? I thought about playing charades, but it's a podcast, so no one would actually see us playing charades. And it would just be awkward for everyone involved. So I thought this would be the next best thing. So, are you guys ready?
I can't give the right
Yes.
answer.
Can't give me the right
So
answer. If you get the right answer,
Mate.
you lose.
Al can't give the right answer anyway. Don't worry about it. I've seen him in a quiz. He falls to pieces.
Oh, wow. It's not just the heating that's making him sweat. Okay, here we go. Al, what goes on top of the Christmas tree?
Salami.
Only in this house. Owen, what date is Christmas?
5th of September.
Beautiful. Al, what do you normally get in a Christmas cracker?
Cheese.
Owen, complete the famous Christmas film, The Nightmare Before.
Halloween. Oh yeah, phew. Okay. I was worried I got it right by accident.
It's so
I
close
love-
with all of the odds.
I know. I feel like you're making months up and dates. And I feel like there is a wrong answer to this, but I feel like there's also a right answer to this. What's your favorite Christmas song?
Anything but Lad Baby.
There it
Perfect.
is.
Brilliant. Owen, where does Santa live?
He doesn't. I killed him.
Sorry for the children listening to this. That's no jokes. There should be no children listening to this podcast.
That's true.
Al, complete the famous Christmas song. All I want for Christmas is.
Win.
Ah. Wait, I said,
That's
was that the
right.
wrong answer or was that the right
Yeah.
answer?
We missed a great opportunity to plug all our vinyl reissues for the 15th anniversary. All available at thehoosiers.com.
Your answer, smart guy.
No,
Yeah.
missed the trick. We'll do that bit again. We'll do that bit at the
Yeah.
end. We'll
Ask
double
me.
check this out. Yeah. Okay. Owen, name 3 of Santa's reindeers.
Gold, frankincense, and myrrh.
Very famous reindeers. Al, at Christmas, what are usually roasting on an open fire?
Reindeer.
Beautiful. And
Yeah.
Owen, what are you buying me for Christmas?
A heart.
Oh,
I was going Wizard of Oz.
I feel like I'm taking a little bit of offense to that one.
Yeah,
But
sorry, yeah, I know.
wow.
I get that.
No. Last time I invited you on this show. This is because of that I asked you if you were still worried about Ray, isn't it? It was a year
And the
ago.
mullet. The mullet, the midlife. I mean,
I
pick,
like the mullet.
pick an offence. Well, you didn't sound very convinced at the time.
I think it's quite nice. I'm just jealous because my hairline's receding. So
Same. That's why I've got a mullet. I can grow it at the back. I recommend it. So any receders out there, go mullet.
Takes the attention off.
yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Everyone's too busy looking at what's that rat's tail.
They're
at
like,
the
is
back?
he still receding? Look at his mullet.
It can't be receding.
You know
Look at
what,
all that. Look at his long hair.
You guys are
Taylor, talking
literally
about mullets, do you know what a female, that there's equivalent of a mullet for a female? Do you know what it's called? A femule.
is that real?
That had the ring of authenticity to it.
Yeah.
A femule.
Femule.
Why
Yeah.
can't it just
So
be a
it's like
mullet?
take mullet, like Effie at the beginning. Yeah, no, it's a femule, apparently.
Mule mullet. Yeah, okay. It took a while. Okay.
I mean, what a way to round up the episode. You guys are just the gifts that keep giving. But speaking of gifts that keep on giving, for any Hoosiers fans out there, the vinyl reissues.
Oh,
Thanks.
wow, great show.
Thank you, Taylor. Yes. I'll pick up the slack. Yeah, it's 15 years since our debut graced ears the world over, the Trick to Life. And yeah, we've got a limited edition double vinyl release. And for the first time in the universe, its follow-up, The Illusion of Safety, is also released on vinyl. And you can even pre-order every album we've ever made. That's 4 at the moment. And it's in a CD box set with also an exclusive short story that Al and I wrote. And that's all available at thehoosiers.com. Get it in for Christmas. It's the perfect stocking filler.
There we go.
So salami though, so it's got stiff competition.
I know which website we're going. No, that sounded horrendous. Actually, I'll cut that bit out. Honestly, guys, thank you for joining me from such late notice as well.
Hey, come on!
Like, you're legend.
We've broken up for Christmas. It's fine.
I'm jealous.
We're done. We were able to wear our non-uniform and come in and drink lemonade and play Twister in class today, weren't we, Al? When we've broken up, we're celebrating with you.
Yeah,
I appreciate that. Well,
Got it.
I for one cannot wait to see you guys on the road next year. Like, I will get there to one of the shows. But if you're playing Glastonbury again, I'll be
make
there.
it easier for you, wouldn't it?
Maybe
Yeah.
it's so easy for me.
We'll see what we can do.
We're going to turn it down for that reason alone now. No, it's too easy for Taylor.
Joel, that's typical Al. That is.
Yeah.
This is why you're my
We'll
favorite.
make Alex fine.
Owen
Make
would
sure
never
we'll
do that.
clash with Lad Baby, and then he'll obviously be there.
Oh yeah, you've got no chance. No chance. No, honestly.
When Glad Baby headlines on the other
Sad
stage.
baby.
Gladstone
Tribute
Bakery.
band, is that?
Honestly, thank you so much for joining me. Merry Christmas to you both.
Yeah.
And honestly, go and smash next year. I can't wait to hear the new album. Like, and I can't wait to see you guys like back on top of the charts where you deserve to be.
Like the salami on a Christmas tree.
Exactly. Christmas ones, number ones.
Perfect.
Next year.
Everywhere, every year from now on.
Every year. Please
It'll
do.
be like the new Cliff Richards.
Well, I bet he's fuming with Lad Baby. He used to pour his heart into those Christian anthems.
Really did.
And now some guys
Really did.
rocked up singing about sausage rolls.
All the yeah, I bet he has lots of those chats. It used to be an art form. I bet
Yeah.
he started sentences with things like that. Oh well.
Fuming.
But Taylor, thank you so much for having us on, letting us chew your ears off.
Anytime. I genuinely, I love the pair of you. Like, you put a smile on my face continuously.
Come here, you.
And you keep me in the gym. So thank you.
I can't get in there, so I'm glad it's working for someone.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.